Tell me, what is your greatest desire? Is it wealth beyond your wildest dreams? Or you wish to cheat death and live forever? Or maybe you want to seize an unimaginable power, like I did.
Hello, brave hero. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about Amira, Queen of the Sands. Amira is a very important hero, who fits in with the strongest teams thanks to her remarkable power. Amira is a mage, supports. I agree with her mage role, but not with her support role. Amira doesn't support your team, but manipulates the opposing team. So in my opinion, he's a manipulation hero, but that's a personal opinion. In first time, let's talk about Amira's skills, which are not the simplest. Her first skill is undoubtedly the most important, well-optimized, devastating one. Amira conjures up a whirlwind of cursed gold around every enemy. Damage inflicted by enemies diminishes the power of the whirlwind surrounding them. After 7 seconds, the whirlwind inflicts damage according to its remaining power. It's important to bear in mind that enemy damage reduces the power of the whirlwind. We therefore understand that we'll need to prevent the enemy from inflicting damage on us, in order to benefit from Amira's maximum power and formidable attack, which can inflict massive damage. Next, let's talk about her second talent, Desperate Fury. This is a very interesting skill, as it will enable us to avoid enemy damage. Amira grants the wish of enemies whose main stat is agility, increasing their critical hit chance for 7 seconds. If this statistic was above 0 when the skill was activated, unfortunately for them, all their critical hits miss their target during this period. This talent is therefore very interesting, since if we use its first talent at the same time, opponents won't be able to inflict any damage on us, and so our whirlwind will have its maximum power. There is one condition, however, which can prove troublesome, namely the fact that opposing heroes must have the critical damage skill stat, as not all heroes have this stat. But because there's always a but, if we take Dante for example, who doesn't have the critical damage stat, if he's accompanied by Jet, then he'll have the stat and be handicapped. The same goes for Sebastian. When he sends his heroic power, Ode to Serenity, he gives the whole team access to the critical damage stat. So a hero who doesn't have this stat could find himself handicapped by his ally. Amira's third skill, the Art of Deceit. This talent grants the wishes of enemies whose main statistic is intelligence. Mage heroes, increasing their healing by 10% for 7 seconds. Unfortunately for them, Amira also inflicts damage and their magic attack decreases as they receive improved healing. When the wish expires, the decrease in magic attack remains active for 7 seconds. The only drawback to this talent is that it requires a healer on the opposing team, but if that's the case, then it's very cost-effective once again in relation to this first talent, because if enemies have less magic attack, then they'll inflict less damage, and we'll be able to enjoy more power with our whirlwind. Now let's study the fourth Amira skill, Illusory Alliance, which mainly concerns tanks, granting enemies wishes in the main stats and strength, making a superior ally appear for each one, and forcing them to transfer all their bonuses to this ally. Unfortunately for them, The superior ally is in fact an illusion that doesn't move, it doesn't attack or take damage, and as we can see in the example, Andvari transfers his protection bonus to the superior ally and no longer protects Asterion. Rachni combines very well with Amira. She can stun opponents, which allows us to suffer less damage, and therefore further boost our whirlwind. In addition to that, with her Acne artifact, she triggers a bonus of magical penetration, which is very beneficial for Amira. We will also be able to find Polaris since she boosts the magical attack. These are heroes that I would soon also introduce. Let's talk about the pets that can be assigned to him. We find Oliver, Axel, and Biscuits. Oliver. In my opinion, this is a bad option, for the simple reason that he brings us armor and health points, which clearly won't give us any advantage when it comes to triggering our heroic powers. And he doesn't give Amira any direct boost. On the other hand, Axel and Biscuits are very interesting, both having the same pattern stats, that is armor and magic attack, which is very interesting for Amira. Insofar as the first 3 talents depend on her magic attack, if your Amira is a bit weak, I'd recommend using Axel instead, as she won't be able to take a huge amount of damage in one go, while Biscuit seems to be the best choice. Next, we're going to talk about Amira's skins. Her default skin has to do with intelligence, which is an interesting statistic, but in my opinion, it's not a priority for the simple reason that intelligence gives you magic attack, magic defense, and a point for physical attack, which is in no way interesting for Amira. So let's turn to her other skins. The cybernetic skin is, in my opinion, the best choice. Even if Amira lacks magical attack, magical penetration is still more important, especially if you're already using a pet that brings her the missing magical attack. Next, we're going to find the romantic skin that provides magical defense. For me, this skin has no interest for the simple reason that it would give us more defense against Amira teams. But we don't mount Amira to play against Amira. In Mage it's the twin teams that disappeared, with the Titanic, the Krista blocks being too heavy, so I don't see any interest in mounting a magic defense skin, given that the current meta consists of Amira for magic teams and physical teams. In which case, this defense is totally useless to us. To finish with the skins, then move on to the demoniac skin. There's an error on the site. It's not an armor bonus, but a magic attack bonus. And since Amira is a mage and her talents depend on the power of magic, this is a very interesting skin. It will definitely be my second choice. To conclude, let's talk about artifacts. I'd like to make one thing clear right away, because artifacts are sometimes misunderstood. The first artifact does not have the same function as the next 2. In this case, for Amira, it's a magical attack bonus, so when she unleashes her heroic power, she'll give all her allies a bonus of 50,000 points of magical damage. The second and third artifact are stats directly linked to the hero. Magic penetration, magic attack, and intelligence are for Amira only. This video is coming to an end. I hope that Amira no longer holds any secrets for you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with the latest news and to like the content if you liked it. Have a nice day and see you soon.